Good YouTubing, everybody. Thanks for stopping by and checking out this review. Page Puncher Superman Wave 5 Ghost of ZOD action figure with comic book is available for pre-order now at places like Entertainment Earth and Bigbadtoystore at $24.99, $25 price range. And it should be arriving around May 24th if you pre-order now. All the pre-order links are down in the basement. But guys, before we get started, let me know something. Is this a character that you'll be adding to your collection? Let me know something. So let's go ahead and roll them off the stand and let's get started. Alright, for the packaging, you can see that it's real thick. This is nothing thin at all. This is very thick plastic. In the bubble here, you can see the action figure inside. It's tucked away. And the pair of hands with the stand and also the trading card in the back with the comic book as well in the back, as you can see here with the DC logo and the comic book in the back there, right? Also, this is that laminated version. You can see stuff laminated here with the DC, McFarlane toys. Also, we know that this is 2 of 4. Out of 4 of them, this is number 2, DC Direct, and Ghost of ZOD at the bottom, right? Comic book exclusive logo here. And like I said, it's real thick plastic. It's in that laminated version. I don't know too many people that like this big laminated box. I think if you keep it in here, it'd be nice for hanging on the wall. But for shelving reasons, shelving under the shelf, maybe too big, but that's the way you have it. And once you open a box like this, if you don't open it carefully from a certain area, it's gonna be hard to put it back in. And I consider this a one and done box because once you open it, it's pretty much done. It's fitting it back inside. Once you open it, it looks very sloppy, and that just doesn't sit well with these kinds of boxes for me. It's not like your traditional McFarlane box where you can just open it up and put it back in. But you see it here? All right, that'll do it. Okay, so looking at the comic book, you see it here. All right, nice covering. Superman, Ghost of Krypton. We see the DC, and of course, 2 of 4 there. You see the artwork. Have him there, Ghost of Krypton. You see some nice artwork of some lava flow. Looks like some broken rocks. Looking pretty decent, okay? Back of it, we seen that when it was in the packaging. You have that solid black with the DC comics, right? Looking good. All right. So, of course, it comes with your trading card. There you go. You have your trading card. And on the back, you have the bio on the back of the card. Drew Zod, yada, yada, yada. You can pause that, read it, and we can talk about it. And we have that great McFarlane stand. It says DC on it as well. A little bit bigger than normal, I think. But you see it here. Okay, that'll do it. Okay, let's measure him up. We'll start with the inches. Let's go for the inches here. Inches is right. He's right under 7.5 inches. Just right at it, right under it. Okay, 7.5. And on the centimeter side, if he's under there, he should be right under 19. Right under 19 centimeters. Okay, yep. So that's where he's at on the measurements. Okay, we'll scale them up with a few figures. We'll do McFarlane here with the Superman. Okay, see the size there. And we'll do a larger figure just to give you that idea. You know how we do it. Okay, there's Monolith there. Good size. That way you get a comparison of what this figure is. Okay, you see the Superman's quite large on that scale versus Zod. He looks like he's a little slim. And you know, Monolith is a larger scale on the 112. Still looks pretty good, but you get the idea. Okay. And let's not forget that he does glow in the dark. Let's check him out. There you go. See the part of his body that glows in the dark. It's not that great of an image, but you get the idea and you can see him there. Those are the part that glows on the figure. Pretty nice. Okay. So let's go over what he comes with. We know that he has the comic book. And we know the stand, we saw that with the trading card. But the real accessories that he has are only 2 pair of hands, which is surprising. I thought he might have his weapon or something like that, but he does not. But we can take a look at these hands. There's only 2 pair. You're going to have 2 punching hands, and you'll have 2 kind of relaxed open hands. We'll start with an open hand. You can see this is nothing crazy. It's just your basic mold, and you got some detail on there, kind of a bony hand look to it. As you can see, there you go. You're looking at gray plastic. You do have some cuts on the hands also with the palm area. You can see that. There you go. Nothing wild. And you see where the peg goes in with the hand, right? You look at that detail again. Not very, well, I'd say it's okay, but it's nothing wild, right? Okay. All right. And here's the other one. Just on the other side. Same concept. Same coloring. And it's very, I tell you that the cuts when they do these tooling and all the sculpting and stuff, this one's really bad. You have a lot of plastic fraying around, loose and whatnot. They just shouldn't have that. I know it's a rushing product. You're making a whole bunch of them, but hey, let's get rid of some of that extra plastic hanging around when we're paying for these things, right? Okay. And then you see where the peg goes in, the peg system, right? And there's the palm. We've seen it just a minute ago, right? Nothing wild on that. So let's go to the fist. There you go. Same thing. Now his hands are in the fist position. You have the same kind of detail area, boniness, veininess, whatever you would say. And there's his fist there. Okay, sculpting. Not that great. The cuts are terrible. You can see that. It's like he's holding a glob of plastic and they just made some grooves on it. You can see that there, right? That's not that great, but it will do. And there's your peg there. Let's look at the bottom. There you go. Right? Let's see. Let me get it better than this. Okay, there you go. Right? Okay, so let's put some light into that just so you can see it a little better. There you go, some lighting. There we are. See, there it is. I mean, the cuts are okay. It's nothing really wild. Just some basic hands, right? Okay, I don't need to show you the other fist. It's exactly the same. That's going to do it for the accessories. I'm okay with the accessories, but it could have had more. Maybe, like I said, with the weapon or something like that. So let's take a look at the paint sculpt and the paint scheme and the sculpting of it. Let's look at it real closely. We'll start with the head. As you can see, this is that translucent part of the figure that is green that we know that glows, right? His face glows, the body glows, but we have this covering up the part, but the rest of the stuff glows here. So you're going to have that translucent mold that goes to the head. So we're starting with the head, same connections there. This is going to be, if this is loose, it comes off. There you go. So you have this ball and socket. The socket is in the neck instead of in the head. As normally the ball and socket would be reversed, right? You'd have the ball here and then the socket in the head. So you don't have it here. The socket's lower, okay? We got that. So we put that in. Not bad, okay? So looking at the mold of the hair, you can see this is it's really detailed. You can see the green, the color green. This is a great mold with the translucent plastic. I'm pretty sure they did the translucent plastic first, and then they did their carving and whatnot with the mold to make the hair and painted it with green, right? And if you take a closer look at the face, you see the facial features. The skull has some details there on the forehead, right? You're looking at the eyes there, sunk in. And you can't tell, but you see, if you can see that white in the eyes, there you go. There's the white color. Then you see the nose there, has the holes in the nose. Those are painted green as well. And his beard is also molded as well and painted green. And it has two colors of green, if you can see it. Don't know if you can. Kind of a darker, lightish green. Then if you look at the mouth, not that great on the mouth. It looks like his beard is inside his mouth as well. They could have did a little better job than that. It's like his mouth is closed and he's eating some of his beard. That's not good. That looks terrible. Okay, so that part, it's all right. All right, so let's go to his armor here. It's purple and it does have the detail. You see the detail in the back. This is a PVC plastic, of course. On his shoulder, the armor is also PVC plastic, very flexible for movements. But you see it's all purple and it does have detail all in it, which is pretty good. I mean, the detail is nice. I do like that. And you can see in the front here with the green, also with detail with silver touching on it. Okay. Also with silver touching on it here on the shoulder, as you can see. That actually shines very well with lighting. You see the armor here with the silver touches there, right? Looking at the spikes going all the way up. That looks good. Also has hinges on there on the front. You got a little fake hinge. And then on the back, it does the design all the way. Okay, not too bad. So let's see on the translucent part of his body where his chest and arm is. Of course, you got sculpting on the neck muscles, chest muscles, and then you have the arms where the latches are, of course. like that translucent. Let's go down. We've looked at this arm, so we'll take a look at this. This will be more of a grayish color, and you see that there. Also has designs as well, like it's part of his armor. Looks good. You have some elbow pad there, right? Looks good as well. And then you go down to the gauntlets, which are wraps in purple, and they have details as well. And also on the top of his hand, he has a Z there. See that? Not bad. And then there's his hands. Of course, they are additional, so they do move around, and they have hinges as well, but that looks good. Okay. And then on this side of the arm, you see the translucent shoulder, and you have the wrap on this arm. You can see the wrap there as I'm moving it. That's a wrap on his arm pertaining to a wrap, and that's also the same color with that kind of a grayish color to it, right? And he also has the elbow pad with the gauntlet, and this gauntlet does not have a Z on it. It's just a regular gauntlet, right? With the hand, interchangeable hand. Okay, middle of the figure is real slim. You can see that. There's his body. Lots of stretching in the middle there. See, lots of stretching. That's the shape of his body. Stretches a lot. There you have it. Look around to the backside. You see how it's stretching. It has a lot of detail, like it's stretching, like the ghost, right? So his body's like a ghost. That's pretty neat. Okay. Then we go down to his belt and his gi here. Well, I guess that's what you would call it. And you see that his belt has the silver painting with the Z over the purple, right? And there you have some detail on this as well. Not too bad. Let's get some light into that. See there? All right. And you see the legs. The legs also have quite a bit of detail, and it looks like stuff is running through his legs. If you look very closely, look at this. It looks like stuff is running inside of his legs. Yeah, like a worm or something. That's mechanic or something like that, just like you see down here. But this is inside his legs, right? Very strange. Cool looking though. Okay. All right, we see that, so we know the details in his leg. Very nice. Let's look at the knee pads. The knee pads are having that kind of a battle damage look to it. So you got the purple, then you have the silver to give it that battle look, like he's been in a lot of battles and a lot of scuff marks. So it did well with that. And you go down to the shin guards here. Lots of detail on the shin guards. You can see that. Coloring's all silver. And then you go to the back of it and you see the detail with the black. That looks good. That looks very good, actually. I like the detail on that. But we go down to the shoes, and this is where it gets a little weird because the shoes do not look good. I mean, look at these. You get all this great detail from the figure, and then you look at these ugly shoes. I mean, what kind of shoes are these? What kind of battle shoes are these? Are they boots? Are they shoes? What are they? You see them there, and they do not look good. Don't like them. Okay, so we see the figure. Nice on the details. Not too bad, right? Okay, so let's check out that articulation. Okay, so let's take a look at the articulation. Let's go over it. We'll start with the head. Of course, the head is on a ball and socket. You see the ball here and the ball here and the socket. Usually it's the other way around. You'll have the ball here and the socket inside the head. But in this case, we have it here, right? And I think having it in there, having it that way, the head moves better. So we're finna check that out. Okay, so checking that out, we see that if you tilt the head down, it does very well. It looks like there's no limitations because his tilts are really good, really smooth. Looking up, nothing's wrong with that. Just the swivels around. That's what you're looking for in a figure when it comes to head movement. So we know that's great there all the way around and whatnot. So that's great. No limitations in the head movement. We do like that. So let's go to the large shoulder pad here. It is PVC plastic, very loose there, and you can see that it goes high. You can go high as you want it, but you just smush this and you distort it and it won't look right. So just keep it as that. You know that the arm is in the latch system here. You can see it also rotates inside there. I'm not going to rotate it right now just because there's so much to do, but in here with the latch, it does rotate, and then you have your bicep swivel as well. As you can see here, there's the bicep swivel. Not bad. Also, we know the latches in the arms are double jointed. Okay, not too bad on that. So that's good on that side. The other side looks different, but you have the same concept, just not with that bulky shield slash shoulder pad in the way, right? So let's take a look at that arm. You can see what I was talking about earlier. You're going to have the fly system there, and it's going to be ball and socket, right? And then it rotates inside just like the other side does. We just can't see with all that bulkiness, right? And it moves very well. Also has some hinges there that moves the arms around well for posing reasons, which is great. And also has the double joint, as you can see there, in the arm, right? Okay. And then you got it going out. So arms a little different looking, but they have the same mechanics inside them. So that's great. So let's go toward the center of the figure. Nothing here by this armor. It's nothing there, but we do have that rotation at the bottom here. If you can see it, it's kind of cut. You have that so you can rotate it any way you like, tilt it any way you like. These are really good for different kinds of movements. So that's great on that, liking that. Nothing else at the bottom of the waist by the belt. There's no movements there. So let's check his flies, okay? They're on click flies. That's what I call them. I know they might be called something else, but for me, these are click because they make the click noise and they fly, okay? So those are click flies for me. Look at that in some lighting. You can see those. There you go. Click flies. Okay. So we know those are well. That's as far as you go with them. It's about as far as you'll need for kicks and whatnot. Okay. All right. And then let's take a look at the legs here. We're going to see if they're on their double joints as well. We'll lay them flat. Look at the leg, bend them in, and then bend it all the way back, right? Okay. So it looks like I'm pretty sure that you can bend it all the way back, but I'm not getting that. But if you can look back here, you see the latches on the back of the legs. I'm not sure if that's because of armor in the way here, from all that armor, then you hear. So let me get it there. I'm gonna go ahead and smush it and just go ahead and force it. Okay, so it goes back that far. So you do have the double hinge, but you're not going to be able to place it like a double hinge because of the armors in the way. But it does have a double hinge, so it does do that. So we do have it, okay? And you see that the front pads are doing a little blockage there from that. All right, so let's go to the feet. We're looking at the feet. They have their latch system. Put some light there. They have a latch as well, right? Got it. There's your latch. Also has the pivot in the toe. Let me go ahead and show you that. There's your pivot in the toe there. Okay, got that. And I don't know if they're on rockers. Seems like they are. They're on rockers there. And you can see they're on the ball. It's kind of like a ball. Yeah, so they're on rockers and a latch. Okay, not bad. All right, and that's going to be the same on both sides of the figure. And that looks good. So the articulation is not bad. A little bit of the limitations on his legs though, but the rest of the figure looks pretty good. All right, okay, so let's talk about this with some pros and cons. Okay, the pros and cons. We'll start with the cons first. The cons is not enough accessories. I know we get the comic book and the stand and the trading card. That's cool. But with the figure, you're going to give me 2 pair of hands. That's it. Give me a weapon, 2 pair of hands, and I'll be satisfied. So not enough on the accessories. The articulation has some limitations in some spots. That's about it. So the pros are that I like the way it looks. It looks very good. The paint is good. The sculpting is good. And also the translucent green when it glows in the dark is pretty awesome. I do like that. But you do have some minor things on the sculpting, like we talked about earlier on the mouth and whatnot, like he's eating his beard. Of course, some of that stuff we see. But for the most part, I'm going to go ahead and give him a 3 out of 5. That is my stars. So guys, let me know what your stars are. You guessed it. You can get it at entertainmentearth.com. Just check out entertainmentearth.com. So what are you waiting for? Check them out. And this brings us to the end of our video. If you found the video informational or you just simply enjoy watching, please hit the like, comment, share, and subscribe button. And as always, this has been another toy review. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.